You have all been called here, into a labyrinth of sounds and smells, misdirection and misfortune. A labyrinth with no exit, a maze with no prize. You don't even realize that you are trapped. This is where your story ends.
It's over. FNAF is finally over. Who am I kidding? FNAF never ends.
Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of that Cybert channel. I'm Dan Cybert, and I got into a fight with my razor between takes, and I blame Scott. I really do. Scott has finally finished the FNAF franchise, at least we like to think so. And the last bit of content we're gonna get is a FNAF 6 custom night. So excited about that. Not really. Whether you like dissecting every single little detail Scott throws into the game, or you wish that Scott would take more than 4 months to make a freaking game, I think I might be in the later camp. Whatever side you're on, you can't deny how influential this franchise has been, especially on Game Jolt. So here we are. More FNAF Fan Games.
Ugh, here we go again. I've already done a decent chunk of FNAF Fan Games, but there are still thousands of other games to sort through. Literal thousands. I'd love to move on, but apparently I missed a ton of popular games that warranted a dive back into the FNAF Fan Game ball pit from hell. The balls have razor blades in them. Also, didn't realize that Five Nights at Anime was such a stain on the noble lineage of FNAF, so my bad, I think. Why am I apologizing for this game? So like last time, we're gonna be breaking down these fan games into 3 sections: Extended Universe, Fan Games, and Oddities. Now what I won't be covering are any of the sequels of the games we talked about last time. No Five Nights at Candy's 2 or Five Nights at Boys 2, unfortunately, since I am merely one man, and there are about 10 metric tons of fan games out there. I wanted to make sure that we're covering some new stuff this time around.
As we did last time, let's start off by talking about the Extended Universe. Now, these are the games that take the base story that Scott laid down and build upon them with new characters or locations. These are the most tame games on the list that don't deviate too far from the gameplay style or presentation. Just figure we should maybe ease into the decline of my mental health. Oh, don't worry, my therapist is on call. We'll be fine.
Kicking this all off, I'm going to be breaking a bit of my own rule here with Joy of Creation Story Mode. Last time I covered the game, it was only in beta, but now the full game has finally graced us with its presence. The Joy of Creation is the story about Scott Cawthon. I didn't realize we were going meta so early in the episode. Okay. The game follows Scott and his family in the beautiful home that was bought with all that FNAF money. One night, a stranger with no memory, other than the fact that his name is Michael, stumbles into Scott's home. Scott, being the good guy that he is, lets the stranger stay in his house, which I hear is a great idea in horror games.
It's not.
The game then is broken up into a bunch of scenarios where you'll be playing as Scott and his family. Each night has different mechanics that you'll need to use to stop Freddy and his friends. Now, if you're worried about learning all these mechanics, the game actually does a great job explaining each mechanic to you with Michael and tips after each time you die. That being said, this game is hard. Holy crap. I played this game live on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/thatcyberchannel, live on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and we did not get past the bedroom scenario. I was screwed. They didn't even give me a fucking chance. Watching this back again, I realize I'm just bad. That being said, this game is fantastic. The animatronics are terrifying, the animation is fantastic, and the gameplay is tight. I definitely highly recommend this game. Or watch Markiplier or someone play if you can't get past night 1. Nope. Done. I am le bad. Let's move on to a few games that takes us away from Freddy and Friends to a different restaurant with the exact same problem. First up is Jolly, and my god, Jolly is freaking great. Jolly takes place at another animatronic restaurant because at this point there's like 50 different chains and I still don't understand why they keep making them when they keep killing. Jolly Entertainment is beginning to collapse thanks to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. So Jolly Entertainment cranked up the interactivity of the restaurant, which of course means death for the night guard. Jolly takes a page out of FNAF 3's playbook, having you switch between 2 monitors to manage your protection. One monitor is your cameras and remote tasks, don't worry, we'll get to that, and the other is how you pull in extra power to help you get through the night, which means you'll be dealing with even more power management as you have to take in extra power from the generator. What you're going to have to do to survive though is hectic. Just on the first night, you need to keep George out of the vent, this monstrosity connected to the mainframe by repairing wires whenever the game screams at you, and also controlling the elevator to keep Tweety the bird from coming at you. Though, gotta say, if it were happening to me, I'd give up.
Screw it! This is my home now!
Now this seems like a lot, but it's all about task management, just like every other FNAF. I gotta say though, I really did enjoy playing this game. The mechanics mesh well, and managing all the tasks is extremely satisfying. I definitely recommend this one as well. Let's talk about another great extended universe game, Pop Goes. This one was highly recommended to me, and I can see why. Like a lot of games, you can tell exactly how good it's going to be as soon as Phone Guy talks. And this one is very well acted.
Your imagination might get a tad bit out of control. Stress does that to you. But don't worry, you're completely safe here.
Once again, we're at a Freddy Fazbear competitor trying to capitalize on the fall of Freddy's. This one takes a page out of those nights at Rachel's as we have a full 360-degree view of our workspace. And as most of these games go, you really only need to watch 2 of the 4 views. Where Jolly's pacing is extremely hectic right off the bat, Pop Goes does a great job in slowly introducing the mechanics. Though, as FNAF and many of these other fan games go, Phone Guy can tell you what to do, but you'll need to be experimenting to truly figure it out. Once you understand what to do though, it's fairly easy to grasp. Look out the window to manage your panic, shut down rooms Pop Goes the Weasel, yes, that's his name and I hate it, goes into, keep the Squirrel Sisters behind heated vents so they don't steal your phone, which is hilarious, and play Simon Says with a budget. By night 3, you'll be juggling a lot. It's definitely a game that you'll need to make some tough choices, but with practice, you'll be able to handle it. This was easily my favorite out of all the games. So it's all downhill from here, folks. I'm kidding. Please don't leave, I need you.
Let's move on to a category that I thought was going to be really fun, but then I got a lot of weird stuff and began to question my life. Why do they call Domino's Domino's when the pizza's not in the shape of a domino? We're now moving on to fan games, where your favorite fan bases invade the FNAF franchise like an evil flesh-eating bacteria. Actually, that's a little harsh. More like they invade the FNAF franchise like an evil demon invaded my life.
You acknowledged my existence. Does this mean I gotta go back home now?
No! Now shut up and languish in channel references of Old with the Bananas!
But they're rotten!
Just get your potassium on.
I hate you.
Extra points for people who knew exactly what just happened. Or click the eye and figure it out. Okay, let's go.
So while I was browsing the literal thousands of freaking FNAF fan games, I kept seeing this one game called Five Nights with Froggy. Over and over, I'd see sequels scattered throughout the list. Well, curiosity got the best of me and I had to check it out. I'm glad I did. The intro for this game is probably one of the most charming setups yet, as the devs make your character the holy manifestation of being a broke-ass man. Then we get into the actual game, and it's not bad. In this game, you're set up in a small cottage with a lamp and some matches. The gameplay is pretty simple. Put out the light when Froggy gets close, wind a music box, classic FNAF 2, and keep the light on for Kitty. My only issue is that you can barely see Froggy. Since they are stuffed animals, they are very small. Now, why is this a fan game? As far as I can tell, it's referencing some fairy tale that I've never heard of, so this is just kind of the best fit. Overall, I give it like a 6 out of 10. All right, let's jump into something a bit more recognizable with Five Nights at Tattletale and Bendy's, combining all your favorite horror indie games into one horror game to rule them all. Is something I'd like to say, but it's JPEG Collage the game. Tattletale and Bendy's puts you in the most confusing restaurant layout I've ever been to. Seriously, each camera has a completely different picture of a completely different restaurant, creating one of the fanciest freaking food courts I've ever seen. Then just take a moment to enjoy the office. Yeah, that's a whiteboard pretending to be a window. And yes, that TV does have a door on it. Oh, sorry. Not so much a door as it is a shape layer in Photoshop. Then you have Bendy and Tattletale. The AI is okay, but they are incredibly slow, making the whole protecting yourself pretty damn easy. There's not much else to say here other than it gave me a Five Nights at Sonic's vibe. Clearly a first dive into game development, and you wanna know what? It's a game and it does function, so mission accomplished. One type of fan game I didn't talk about last time were FNAF World clones. So let's talk about one. Just one though, cause really, who played FNAF World and said, I want this forever? This entry combines FNAF World with Doki Doki Literature Club in Doki Doki Literature Club, except it's a mediocre FNAF World. 10 out of 10, best title ever. This takes our favorite best girls from Doki Doki Literature Club and shoves them into the FNAF world. Yeah, oddly enough, it kind of fits with both games being super meta. Though I gotta say, dialogue is a bit too, what's the word? Edgy for me? There's a way to do good offensive humor, and then there's you, I say what I want. This would be the latter. That being said, the game is mediocre. It's right there in the title, so I guess I really shouldn't have expected much. This game plays like a boss rush with these pointless walking sections in between. Seriously, these screens serve no other point than to get you to the next boss and pad out the game. Combat is just like it is in FNAF World, and really at the end of the day, I just had to spam the same 4 abilities over and over again until I won. Now, I should note that I actually didn't realize this was the last entry in a FNAF World fan game franchise. The developer has made a few other games in the past. I just happened to pick the last one because I'm good like that. Still, I don't think I'll be needing to go back and check them out anytime soon. Moving on, f this game right here. Creepy Puppet is my next game, and rather than it being a game being changed to a FNAF style, this is FNAF being changed to a Donkey Kong style. Also, f this game. Creepy Puppet has the puppet take the role of Donkey Kong, Chica as Pauline, and Bonnie as Jumpman Mario. Just like the original, you'll have to climb your way up to save Chica. But damn it, this game is difficult right off the bat. The first stage has barrels, bombs that randomly explode, fireballs flying randomly at you, and high precision platforming. Which, while the obstacles could be fine to handle, what was incredibly aggravating in the game was the level design. Look right here. This girder prevents you from making the jumps over the barrels. So you'll have to hopefully find the perfect conditions to dash underneath just to then make 4 more difficult jumps with little wiggle room to start your advance on the puppet. It feels like obstacles for the sake of obstacles. Or I'm just bad. Either way, I don't care anymore and we're moving on.
I have to warn you. This next game, I have no words other than flashing light warning. This next game is Five Nights at...
What? What the actual hell is this game? This was another game a lot of you suggested to me on the last video, and I just have no way of comprehending what's happening here. Also, what is a Pinga? Five Nights at Pingas is best described as a Sonic fan's fever dream. This game will have you trying to keep Sonic, Robotnik, Vegeta for some reason, and other Sonic cartoon characters out of your office, which, as I'm told, has a totally not photoshopped wall. Everything about this game is just freaking weird. For example, one of the rooms outside of your office just has the devil chilling from the ceiling. Then apparently your table has a portal to another room, and every night ends like this. But once again, I can't stress enough. This wall is perfectly fine and not photoshopped in the slightest. When it comes to gameplay though, we have no instructions whatsoever, leaving you to figure out things by yourself, which got me killed by Vegeta 8 times before realizing I needed to watch this camera to charge the over 9,000 meter. Makes perfect sense. Once you get a handle on it though, the game is fairly easy to follow. Keep Vegeta from going Super Saiyan, close the doors to keep out the baddies, and
Pingas!
This is so freaking weird, and I kind of love it for that.
Five Nights at Pingas is a great transition into our next category, Oddities. These are games that depart from the original story or gameplay in a huge way. Generally, they leave you thinking, what the f did I just play? So let's kick it off with
One Night with a Box. There are a couple of these games that are clearly trying to take a colossal poop emoji on the franchise, but sometimes these games trying to make fun of it actually make a game I really enjoy playing. Ladies and gentlemen, One Night with a Box is one of those games. Trying to parody FNAF, it actually made a legit FNAF game with some decent mechanics. Your objective is to keep these 2 boxes out of your room. If they get inside, then you just simply punch them in the frickin' box face.
Box! That was self-defense, you all saw it.
As simple as it sounds, the gameplay is actually pretty damn solid. It may seem like you can basically sit there until the boxes enter your room and then punch them.
Box!
So the developers added in a panic gauge similar to Pop Goes. In order to keep your panic down, you'll have to make sure that you have eyes on the boxes. If you can't see the box, you'll actually start to panic until you find them. It's a neat mechanic that actually makes checking the cameras a useful task. Overall, I really enjoyed this game, except for the offensive comedy for the sake of being offensive. I am a delicate flower game. Have you ever wanted to play as an animatronic instead of being killed by one? Well, luckily for you, you can now play as Bonnie and Springtrap as you brutally murder security guards in Ambani Simulator. I freaking love this game. After playing all of these other games and being jump scared over and over again, this was a nice detox after all that. And it was cathartic as hell. The game is really simple. Wait until your move gauge reaches 0, move to the next room until you get to the office, and then attack. It's not hard by any means. Hell, even hard mode is still relatively easy, but it's a ton of fun. Plus, you can shop for upgrades to make yourself even a bit more OP against the guard. Trust me, if you need a break from scares, this is your game. Now, if you need a bit more of a laugh rather than the sweet satisfaction of killing a night guard over and over again, then why not come on down to Five Nights with 39, you f***ing f***. Out of all of the games I've played for this video, this one is the closest to hitting that sweet South Park level of offensive humor. 39 is another game heavily making fun of the FNAF franchise, and honestly, it did get me to laugh out loud a couple times.
Well, I guess this is going to be like that cash grab piece of series. Oh, damn it!
Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me.
Heck, even the defense against 39 is quite humorous if I do say so myself. Ya boop 'em.
Don't worry, don't touch my nose.
This is a game that doesn't by any means take itself seriously, and yet commits on a whole other level that none of the other games have. If you're looking for a good parody of the FNAF series, I highly recommend this. Just be ready for the opening of Night 6. One of the biggest mysteries of the FNAF franchise isn't what's in the box or whether or not there is 1 or 2 purple guys. No, dear viewers, the biggest mystery of FNAF is simple. What the hell's going on during the day? Thank God we have Dayshift at Freddy's, and this is probably one of my favorites on the list. We all know that FNAF doesn't really have the best business practices out there, and that becomes abundantly clear in this RPG Maker game. You play as a new employee who has to take care of basically the entire restaurant, and whatever you do, don't you foxy.
Wait, hold on. What the hell is yipping? Oh, I should not have Googled that!
This game gives you free roam over the restaurant to basically do anything but Yiff the Fox. Survive your week at Freddy's. You can play games, rickroll the entire restaurant, and even help Purple Guy murder some children. Wait, what? What's so great about this game is just how ridiculous it all gets. Sure, you can help free the children's souls or help lure kids into the back room, but there is so many other stupid, mediocre things to do, like pick out artwork to hang on the wall. This game has many different endings, with most of them being absurd ways of getting fired, like yiffing the fox.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
I don't want to give too much away because it's such a fun experience. I highly recommend grabbing this off Game Jolt and trying it for yourself. The writing is hilarious, and it even has a shooter mini game that's pretty damn fun. Give it a shot, and don't yiff the fox. I know you're probably gonna yiff the fox, but still, don't. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to enjoy any of these games. In the end though, I did find a couple that I legit want to go back and play. Guess it goes to show you that no matter what your likes or dislikes are, there's a fan game for you. Yeah, truly, fan games are the true passion behind it all. If FNAF is the brain, well then damn it, the fan games are the heart. Sure, you might not like every single fan game. You may not be a fan of Sonic, or 39 just straight offends you to the core of your being, or you just suck at Creepy Puppet and you don't want to admit it, so instead you blame the game. But for everyone you don't like, you'll find a Pop Goes or a Dayshift at Freddy's. My point is, play the fan games you want. Now, you'll excuse me, I think I want to play just one more fan game for me. It's still about boobs. Thank you everyone for watching, and a special thanks to Alyssa B. Crazy and Mark from Nerds of Geek, and all of you that join me for the Joy of Creation recording stream. I stream every Tuesday and Thursday at 11 a.m. PST over on Twitch, so come join and catch early episodes on Thursdays. Don't forget to subscribe, check out that video right there on screen, and until next time, Cybert out.